Hey everybody, tonight we are going to be seeing the follow-up to Ex Machina by the director Alex Garland, and this is going to be the movie Annihilation. It's been getting mixed reviews. A lot of people have been saying it's a bit of a ambitious failure. We will see. So I just got done seeing Annihilation. Sorry, I'm in my car still. I thought, hey, I'd just do an off-the-cuff review here. This will be spoiler-free. I went into this without reading any reviews. I didn't really want to be colored by either way, by good or bad reviews. But I feel like the reviews are going to definitely be very split on this. First of all, this is the follow-up to Ex Machina by the same director. I believe it's Alex Garland. Hopefully I got that right. Anyway, it stars Oscar Isaac in a smaller role in this one. The main stars are going to be Jennifer Jason Leigh and Natalie Portman, among several other women that are the main team that go into this unknown area. So, I'm not going to spoil this. As I said, in a lot of ways it's unspoilable because it's such a weird and trippy movie. First of all, I guess it is based on a book. I have not read the book, so I don't know how it compares to that. What I can tell you is that it's definitely, on my first impression, it's one of the more unique sci-fi movies I've seen in quite a while. Definitely highly pretentious, but I can be sucked into those kind of movies. Now, how would you compare it to other sci-fi movies? It's got a little bit of 2001, a little bit of the psychedelia of that, as well as something like Beyond the Black Rainbow, if you've ever seen that. Or even a little bit of a really weird B movie you may not have seen, about super intelligent ants being studied, called Phase 4, which was directed by Saul Bass, who was a title director for Psycho, among other movies. He made a little sci-fi movie in the early 70s called Phase 4. Anyway, this has tinges of that and even a little bit of The Thing. So, all that being said, I really quite loved this movie. I definitely think it's a love it or hate it kind of movie. So don't go into this just necessarily thinking you're going to love it. I think if you like a more straightforward, less pretentious, less cosmic and crazy kind of movie, this might not be for you. Now, basic plot, I'm not going to really reveal too much here. In fact, there isn't, like I said, not a way to reveal a lot. The basic plot is that Natalie Portman, along with several other people, go into this possible other dimension, possible alien landscape here on Earth that's spreading, and what they do is they call it the shimmer, and that's because it kind of has this well, it has a shimmer. It almost looks like an oil slick. You know, it kind of has this multicolored wavy, almost watery look when they cross into it. And then once they're on the other side, there's some other things that happen. This is one of those movies that has title cards that separates the different parts of the movie. So at one point you're in, I believe, Area X, and another point you're in the Shimmer, and then at one point you're in the Lighthouse. I quite like that kind of thing because it really gives you like a chapter feel, and it really gives you a feeling of like, oh, we're in another part of this movie. Definitely by the time you get to the final third of the movie, it's in pretty psychotic, psychedelic territory. I loved it. Some people won't. How to describe the art direction of this movie, which is quite striking, and throughout this I'm going to have some images that should help you. I think it reminds me a lot of the sci-fi novel covers that you see, especially in the 70s and 60s. I've never seen a movie that kind of really had that look in the actual movie, and it definitely has that. Um, I think this is one of those movies that definitely way too weird for mass appeal. I think it's going to have a long life as a cult sci-fi movie. A lot of people are going to be interpreting it, especially the ending and what it means, what actually happens. I'm looking forward to reading some of those myself, and I think at some point I might do a follow-up spoiler review slash interpretation of this movie and the ending. I'd love to hear if others of you are interested in hearing that, and also if others of you out there saw this movie and what you guys thought of it. I'm really glad I saw it in the theater. I think it'll only be around for a week, maybe two. It's just too weird and too out there for mass appeal, like I said. Um, I hope it gets a cult following on DVD and on digital formats. I think it will. So for my money, I would say that Annihilation was a great follow-up to Ex Machina. And for me, it puts Garland on the map as probably the most visionary sci-fi director of the last 20, 30 years. I will watch anything he makes and definitely give anything he makes a chance. So if you're into that kind of sci-fi, the kind of things I've described, I'd say give Annihilation a chance. It's worth it.